Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I am NURDAMIA MARHA binti Nur Azman, 15 years old from Madrasah Tarbiyah Islamiyah. Today, I will be reviewing my most favorite book, which is The Wings of Our Sky, written by Hannah Alkaf. The book title is a translation of Malay proverb, di mana bumi dipijak, di situ langit dijunjung. I went into this book knowing very little about the race riots of 1969 in Kuala Lumpur. But Hannah Alkaf has delivered a very informed, yet intimately personal account of one of the most tragic incidents that are folded into the history of Malaysia. 16 years old Melati Ahmad, a Malaysian of Malay descent, has obsessive-compulsive disorder. Mel believes a gene has taken over her consciousness, and if she doesn't placate it by counting entries, her compulsive behavior, all her loved ones will die, and it all will her fault. On May 13, the first day of the riots, Mel is saved by Auntie B, a Chinese-Malaysian stranger, and forced to leave her best friend, Sal, for dead. Wrapped with guilt, Mel must battle her rising anxiety and the gene adversary wars to find her missing mother. While the war between the Chinese and Malay rage on, Mel finds an ally in Auntie B's son, Vince. Armed with a Red Cross curfew pass, Mel and Vince scour the city helping those in need. When faced with a life or death situation, Mel dips deep and finds the inner strength to confront the gene and stand up for what she believed in. Dread was a steady drumbeat in my throat while reading this book. It caused at my guts like a cold hand and sent a nauseating quiver in the marrow of my bones. This realization that a person could be driven mad by hate. How a stranger, someone you've never met, much less wrong, could look at you with odium etched into every line of their face, hatred pounding through them like blood and their hands tangling with it, and wish you harm. The thought is unutterably sad. The weight of our sky shines in the integrity of its themes. To see Alkaf also devote substantial effort and attention to the subject of mental illness and treat it with seriousness, and to see her use Melati's experience as a fulcrum from which to examine the taboos surrounding mental health, especially with the Muslim communities, snatched at my heart the most. The Weight of Our Sky is a riveting, full, and honest story that allows for completeness in the reality of what living with mental illness is like. This kind of honesty is bursting and builds into something hard, rich and deep resonant. Reading about Melati's struggle filled my chest with that strange mixture of sorrow and understanding that I could never explain. A feeling that words could neither shape nor own. It made me feel unworthy, like I had nothing of my own, not even spoken secrets, talking about mental health early an option in our communities. Family pride and honor hands over everything, and mental illness remains something which we would prefer the world to remain ignorant. There's a real stigmatization of mental illness in our societies. Books like The Weight of Our Sky are so important because they open the door wide open for conversation. It's important to talk about mental illness. It's important to address the extremely negative and non-medical perception a lot of people have about mental illness. This story is not only of heartbreak, nor is it a story only of hope. It is a story of hope and how you can be broken over and over again, but you will still survive and keep surviving. even if you have a few scars. I fully recommend this breathtaking historical debut. It's incredibly difficult to get through without wanting to curl into a ball and wish nothing like this ever happened, but it is completely worth it. It's an important, relevant story, and I have no doubt many others will fall in love with Melati, her journey and outcome writing just as I did. That's all for me, thank you.